In Washington, Congresswoman Lauren Underwood has made it her mission to protect our nation's veterans who are suffering from PTSD, anxiety, and depression.
Yeah, the sad and sobering reality in America is that each and every day, some 20 veterans, 20 are going to take their own lives. So recently, the Congresswoman saw her bill, the Veterans Care Quality Transparency Act, passed into law. We want to say good morning to Congresswoman Underwood. Congratulations on the new law. Let's get right into it. What is it designed to do?
Yes, so this bill is taking a look at 5 years worth of data. You know, the Veterans Administration has entered into agreements with outside organizations, community-based partners to try to reach veterans for suicide prevention and mental health services. But we know that they've largely stumbled in their effectiveness. Why? Because the data that Scott outlined has not changed over the last several years. We owe our veterans a debt of gratitude and want to make sure that the VA is giving them the best of care that we can offer.
Well, you know, I want to ask you because there's a question here. Why are veterans more likely to harm themselves even after utilizing some of the services that are offered right now by the VHA?
Yeah, so we know that 20 veterans die by suicide every day. Half of them are connected with the VA for care. So the others are isolated and alone, and they're suffering in communities like ours all across the country. And so the VA has partnered with these outside groups to try to do outreach and bring those folks into care. But there's been, inconsistency. So that's what this bill is designed to answer, quite frankly, Anita. Why is this happening, and how can we make improvements both inside VA and outside?
You know, Congresswoman, since the start of the pandemic, we have been talking to medical professionals about the fact that a lot of people are reluctant to go through routine doctor visits, dentists, breast cancer screenings. Can you talk briefly about how the pandemic is impacting veterans and maybe they're not seeking the help that they need right now?
Right. So we know that veterans are just like everyone else in our community. They read the news, they hear the best advice. And earlier this spring, people were told to avoid discretionary medical appointments. That advice has now changed. And so we are encouraging everybody that needs help to go and get it, whether it's physical or mental health support, and including behavioral health issues like substance use disorders. It's important that everybody gets the care that they need, and the VA is a tremendous resource. We have a number of VA facilities here in the Chicagoland region. They offer excellent care, and they are welcoming to all veterans. But COVID related, we were able to pass my legislation out of the House of Representatives to ensure that veterans get free COVID testing and treatment. But as I mentioned before, we are trying to make sure that all veterans getting care at the VA can get the best of care that we can offer.
Certainly, I think all Americans can appreciate that kind of effort. I want to talk to you, though, about Election Day because it is just over a week away. You're running against Republican State Senator Jim Oberweis. You say it's a clear contrast and choice between the two of you. He says you're too far left for the district. What's your reaction?
Well, we're 8 days away from the election. Everyone has an opportunity to go and vote today. So we're asking you, if you haven't voted yet, make a plan to vote early. And if you've already voted, we need everyone's continued support. So make one additional call, chip in one additional dollar, reach out to one additional voter and make sure that they understand what's at stake in this election. Folks can visit our website at underwoodforcongress.com to get signed up.
Well, on that note, real quick, I want to mention to our viewers, we have reached out to Mr. Oberweis. We hope to have him here on Good Day Chicago Live this week, perhaps to, talk about some of the things you've been talking about. Real quick, before we let you go, your thoughts on last week's debate. Do you think that it impacted people's minds at all? We know more than 50 million people have already cast their ballots.
Well, we know that this is a competitive presidential election, and here in Northern Illinois, I think people are excited about Joe Biden's message, about change, about decency, about compassion, and how those things are on the ballot. And so, I've been hearing lots of enthusiasm for his candidacy, and I think that election night will be special.
All right, Congressman Lauren Underwood, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.